Ryan Hummel here, standing in a typical hill country environment that's been overgrown with the native ash juniper. I think it's beautiful. The landowner, however, he wanted to see his nice oak trees. So he wanted me to come in here and cut all of these trees down at the ground where he could see them. And I refused. I said, look, he talked to me for a reason, and I said, there's a better way to do it. And the way I do it is I come and I find the trees that are the center post of the tree. It's going to turn into a nice tree or a nice post, and I cut all the lower branches off, and then I line them up in contour. So, as we come, you can start seeing what I'm doing. You find the main trunk of the tree. I'm trimming off some of these branches so that all of the energy for the tree goes up taller and straighter. I will cut down some trees if they're heavily competing with the oak canopy, but this one I don't think it is, and it's a nice tall straight tree. And then I lay all the brush down on perfect contour. And this is basically making upland terrestrial beaver dams. So in lieu of just cutting them down and burning them, I lay all the brush on contour, so when the water comes and hits it real fast, like we're seeing here, the water's flowing fast up against it. But this is a fairly level landscape, and what happens is the debris that I laid down acts like a microdetritus berm. But now I'm putting stuff in place strategically and on contour. So when the water hits it, it doesn't really want to flow left or right. It just slowly goes through that cedar brush filter and leaves all of this fabulous vegetation. So now you're left with a multi-story canopy. You've got endangered species habitat potentially up high. You've got bird habitat up above you. Here we've got golden cheek warblers. And what am I doing? I'm feeding the trees with this beautiful organic matter. And if you go and you treat it the way a lot of people do, and you burn all this stuff, there's no structure left to catch the soil, and it all washes away. So again, if you burn the stuff, you set up a negative feedback loop. If you leave the brush on the property, all of the power that's stored within each of these little branches, and you can see that power. If you take this log and you burn it, it's enough to heat a small house. But if you leave it on the landscape, the same exact volume of energy is there. According to the first law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So the same exact volume of energy is there, but now it's being released at a scale where the landscape can absorb it. You have your fungus growing in there eating it. You've got snails eating it. You've got roly-polies eating it. You might have termites eating it. And if it stays on the ground long enough, and there's a big rainstorm that piles debris up and over it, now you've got grass roots that can go in there and literally attack the wood. The wood starts getting spongy. Everybody's felt that. So the same micro straws that are in the wood that help take the water and the minerals from the roots up to the shoots, that same straws end up being a cellular sponge. So when the water comes in here and really super saturates this area, this soaks up water like a sponge and releases it to all of the microorganisms and the fungus and the insects, but it also releases it back to the plant roots, because the plant roots will infiltrate this wood and use it as an energy source and a water source. So I know I'm getting a little bit away from just strictly water ranching, but water ranching, the process that you're setting up is fabulously easy and fabulously complicated all at the exact same time. The implementation is simple, and the benefits are unimaginable, because now you've leveraged your brain amongst millions of different organisms that know exactly how to survive and thrive in this area. And when you set up a system to allow for those organisms to grow basically without limitations, your property responds amazingly. And we're finding growth rates of 300+% increases in plant productivity. These trees probably have 18 inches of new growth on them, whereas properties that are nearby have 4 inches of new growth on them. Just do it for yourself, or come on a tour with me and I'll show you all the great things we can do. Thanks again for watching.